Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another week of my adventures in growing vegetables. My name's Richard and I am on a mission to grow as much food as I possibly can. On my allotment and modern victory garden, we have plenty of land in which to achieve this. And this is my video diary. Right, well today I've came up to a garden event called Glee, which is, this is Lee Connolly by the way. Skinny Jean Gardener, one of my best friends. We've had a good day.
Fifth favourite friend. Yeah, we had a good day, man.
Good day. Been Glee, which is a garden event we're at, is more like a trade show, I guess is a way to call it. So we get to see products that are going to be in the garden centres next year, perhaps, depending if they can pitch them to the right people. It's interesting, I think.
It's an interesting one, yeah, to see what 2022 is going to look like, but also to chat to people of the garden industry and reconnect.
Yeah, we haven't done that for over a year now, apart from that Gardeners World Live a few weeks ago. But yeah, a few interesting products I've seen today. First of all is like a large container with a watering system and drainage system. I can't remember what it's called now, which is annoying.
Ergonomics.
That's it. There'll be a link down below if you want to find out more about that. There was a mushroom kit, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be the new fashionable thing. You'll all be doing it soon, no doubt.
Yeah. What else was there? Had a chat with indoor growing systems as well. It was interesting.
Yeah, I like them, man. That was really cool.
Yeah. So basically, just a lot of nonsense going on, really. Not a lot of products that are going to be in the garden centres in the next few weeks, months.
To make it all so simple for you to grow.
Right, let's get back to the gardening. Well, this evening I've run out to the podding shed and as you can see just down here, I've set up one of my root trainers filled with multi-purpose compost, because what I want to do is sow these seeds. Broad beans, Aqua Dulce Claudia. These are going to grow over winter and produce early in the spring is the idea behind it. I do this every year, grow overwintering broad beans. I don't bother with spring sown ones. Overwintering just gives us a bit of a head start, gives me the feeling that something is going to happen and that my allotment is working for me over winter. I've never had any losses and I find I get enough broad beans out of it to last us all year. So all I'm doing is I'm just taking each seed and just dropping it into each individual root trainer just to start them off, and then what'll happen, I'll cover this back over with multi-purpose compost just sieved over the top, and then I will leave them in here ready to start their germination process. Eventually these will go down to the allotment and they will go into the bed where sweet corn is currently growing, but the sweet corn is still producing at the moment, so it's a little bit of time before that is necessary ready for planting these out. So we're going to get these off to an early start. I'll probably do another variety of broad beans overwintering in a month or so's time as well. So that's what I've been up to today, just getting a start for our growing season next year. Well, it's a hot day down here on the allotment today, but I've been busy in this large bed on the top half of my plot, the not so good looking side at the moment, as I call it. This bed I grew early potatoes in, the first early potatoes in earlier in this year, and they did really well. I've got to say, we had some good potatoes out of it. I've mulched with grass and grew through grass. It's been fantastic. But now it's coming to the end of the season, and what I want to do with this bed and what I've been doing today is I've dug it over, make sure there's no volunteer potatoes left behind. Been very, very thorough. Now I am a no dig, so when I say dug it over, I've actually really been digging the layer that I've built up. Sometimes, even being no dig, you've just got to make the most of, or sometimes you've got to dig things out to plant plants and check there's no potatoes. But yeah, I've dug it over, I've removed all the weeds and as much of the little bits of root that I can see. I have a particular problem with couch grass here. But what I'm going to do now is actually sow a green manure. And this is a green manure that I first started using last year called Facilia. Now what I found with Facilia, it did a fantastic job, really fantastic job at suppressing weeds. It's a very, very quick growing green manure, so it will germinate quite in a few weeks and be up and growing and create a really big plant that just smothers all the weeds out of sight. And it worked really well when I used it last year. No couch grass grew all the time this Facilia was growing, so that's really why I'm using it again, to sort of stop any more couch grass or try and slow down the amount of couch grass coming in. It will just act over winter as an early mulch. It will grow over winter, I discovered. It will grow absolutely fine, and it will produce flowers in the spring, which are just great for all those early birds and bees as well. So I see that as a win-win-win. Now, as you've just seen, I've just scattered the seeds around, no real method to it, just a broadcast seed sown all over the place. I'm just going to give it another rake over, and that should do it. And then I'm just going to give this all a good watering in to help it out. Doesn't sound like I've done a lot today, does it? But it's been hard work getting this ready. Well, today I'm in the podding shed. It's raining outside, so I cannot do much outside. So what I thought I'd do today is sow some seeds. So if we look down here, you'll see I've already set up some of my seed trays that I use, filled up with seed sowing compost, into which I've added perlite. A bit of debate at the moment going on whether perlite is the right thing to use, but that's a whole nother discussion. Now this one I've already sown with some pak choi seeds that I've want to grow because I quite like pak choi. But in this one I've already put a label in, and into this is going to go the spinach seeds. So nothing really difficult about this, is there? It's just a case of scattering the seeds all over and hoping for the best. I'm going to do quite a few of these spinach seeds because I've just got a load of seeds that I just want to use up, and we quite like spinach, to be honest. It's quite a tasty little thing that we eat. There we go. So spinach, pak choi seed sown. Now I just want to do in this last one, I already write the labels. First thing I always do is write the labels, is the cabbage red drumhead. So similar sort of thing, just throw the seeds over. I'm sure I don't need to tell most of you how to sow seeds, but for me this is just something I can do while it's raining, is the way I'm looking at it. Now all I want to do now is sprinkle over some more seed compost just to give them all a nice covering. There we go, that will do. So all I'm going to do now is place these up on my shelf just up there, and that'll be it for today. Well, there we go. That was my week in growing vegetables. We've got broad beans sown, we've got cabbage sown, we've got pak choy sown again, we've got spinach sown again, we've got green manures. Have I already said that? I can't remember, but anyway, you get a point. We are getting on with our growing season, and I kind of say the season starts around September, so good to know, good to know. Right, on the podcast this week, we have got my sort of recap of what I went through at Glee, as you've just seen in this video. And coming up this week on the live show, Sunday at 6 p.m, on the 26th of September 2021, we're going to be chatting about what you are sowing in the autumn and winter, both outside and if you have a polytunnel and greenhouse, that too. So look forward to seeing you there. And don't forget to let me know what you've been up to in your own garden or your own allotments down below in the comments. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, then please do as well. Until next week, take care.